Hey, what is up, guys, and welcome back to the Locked In with Drew and Wes podcast, episode 4. Yeah. So we're getting moving along. We have a lot to talk about. Last night against the Knicks, us going to the Magic game, some stuff about that, and so you talk about the Knicks stuff. I'm
The Knicks game. The Knicks had a couple starters out. They had 3 starters out. But we played a good game against them. Cade had a great performance pretty much all night. Quentin Grimes in the fourth quarter had 14 points.
Yeah,
we were doing well in that game. Even with bench lineups coming in, we were staying with them all game. And it came down to that last play where we decided that we're playing football now. So
we changed the sport.
We changed the sport mid-game.
Because if the Pistons were to beat the Knicks, it would have been terrible.
It would have been terrible. We would have had 9 wins.
And
that's too many wins for us.
No, that's too many. The officials got a call at halftime. Let's make sure this doesn't happen. It's a little too close.
Yep.
It's a little too close for comfort.
They had to make sure, dude.
But yeah, I don't know what the official was right there, and. Like, if you see the videos, I've posted a lot of different angles because the more angles came out, the worse it
looks. Yep.
And it was like, I don't know, that was so blatant.
It was bad.
But Dante DiVincenzo, basically, after Azar made a really good, he jumped the pass lane. And we have a good fast break. Cade's across the middle. We have another, I don't know who it was.
Simone coming up behind him.
Yeah, and we have a little bit of a fast break here. Even then, just hang on to the ball. Make 3 throws, we win the game. We're already up 1.
Yeah.
So with that being said, taking this, and he just gets not even talking about a foul. The way he got hit, how vulnerable his body was, he could have got hurt. Seriously.
Yeah, he could have gotten hurt.
Because he led with his shoulder, and I'm not trying to say it was a dirty hit by any means. I think he's going for the ball.
He was, but he ended up hitting him.
Right, absolutely.
So that was the call. And we're only a couple days after the game, 1 day after the game. And the officials have come out and said, yeah, that's probably the wrong call.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to play football. I don't know. Maybe they should be coaching football. Or reffing football. Because the refs in football are also kind of trash sometimes, too. So maybe they can switch and bring the football refs over to NBA and
see if there's any improvement.
maybe there's some improvement in that. I don't know.
It was crazy. And, I don't know. I understand that there were some things. Monty Williams could have called a timeout when we got those couple boards, but also the amount of time in real time that we actually had the ball. I don't know if you even get a timeout there. I don't know if you can call a timeout. The ref sees you.
It was a little hectic.
So yeah. With that being said, in the game they were the Pistons were trying to get the ball and run away. They kind of run away with this game. But with that being said, that happened, and then even then the Josh Hart shot. Jalen Duren was, there was contact, but that's okay. He was straight up.
Straight up, both arms straight up.
Yeah. I don't know how that was an and one. I understand.
Immediately after watching somebody get tackled.
Yeah. I don't know how that contact matters, but the contact we saw before, and like we were talking about, if you want to say Oscar Thompson had the ball, then that is a blocking foul. If you want to say he didn't have the ball, that is a loose ball foul. Whichever way you spin it, that's not legal. You can't tackle. You can't body check someone like it's hockey.
You can't.
Hockey, football, whatever sport you're trying to think this is. I guess we changed it last night.
Mid game, late game, when it mattered.
Yeah, and
then they immediately changed it back.
Yeah, and of course, it happens against the Pistons, against the Knicks, one of the biggest markets. Of course, the biggest market gets the fucking good call. And where are they at?
They were in
MSG.
They were in the Garden. Yep.
So it's just, I don't know. I don't think Monty Williams. This is the first time, and I like I said, he still did the all bench lineup shit. Have I been wearing this shirt ever since? No, I took it off a couple times. But with that being said, I really did like him coming out after the game and saying, and not even answering questions, showing his frustration.
Yeah, he did too.
What
was his first thing that he said? He said,
"Oh yeah, where's the New York media at now?"
Yeah, where's the New York media now?
Yeah.
We're not talking about this?
And
that's a basketball play? I don't think that's a basketball play.
Yeah. But if it was the other way around, you know what I mean, they would have been eating that up.
Anybody else in that Knicks team gets hit like that, it's foul right there.
Yeah.
right there.
And Monty, he said things that I believe. He said that, they've called the league office. They've sent in fouls from previous games that were like, or missed calls, like the controversial Paolo travel we'll get into. But and things aren't getting better. Things aren't changing. I don't really trust Monty's philosophies. But he's completely right here. He says a lot of good things in the press. And this is one of the things it's exactly what you say after this game. You just be fed up because you go be with your guys and you talk to them about the game and you get over it because you can't do anything about it. The whole you can review this or not review it, but send it into the league office asking for a reset. That's not gonna fucking happen. That's not. I promise you. You have within 48 hours. It's not gonna happen. Like they were saying, we're on to Chicago tonight because that's literally what we're down to. We can't. They're not gonna fix it, and it's terrible. We'll get like Dan Campbell said with the Lions when bad calls were happening with them. I'll get an apology from the league saying that the call was missaid, and that'll be that. A loss is still on our record.
Yep.
Nothing changes.
Yeah. Some people were saying, some of the media analysts after the game too were like, a win is a win is a win, and it's that's great and all, but like Monty said, we just want to see a fair game call.
Yes.
That's all. We're not saying we need more fouls in the team. We need all the calls in the game. No, we want to see our guys not get body checked and nothing happen from it. That's ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
We're playing basketball. We're not checking. We're not going to hit people. We made a good play, and we get absolutely just destroyed from it. It's very tough to see.
And I feel bad for all the guys that were former Knicks, Fournier, Grimes. They played their fucking hearts out.
They did.
And
they were hitting a lot of threes.
That game felt personal. And then there was some techs. Cade got a tech. Fournier got a tech. And it was I think there was a breaking point too with that. There was just so much frustration with how the game was being officiated, with how Brunson gets certain calls that Cade Cunningham just doesn't get right now. I tweeted out during the game, the day that Cade Cunningham gets these calls that Brunson gets, he's averaging 26, 27 points per game. Easy. And I was expecting to have a podcast.
You seen he had a couple of times where he got some free throws. He got what? He got maybe 9 or 10.
The last 8 free throws in the game.
8 free throws in the game. And when he had over 30 points in that game, didn't he?
Oh yeah, 32.
He had 32 in that game.
Yeah.
So that's only on 9 free throws.
Yeah.
We can talk about some people that get more than that, but.
Well, and also the last 2 games, he had 30-point performances, 0 free throws, and it's crazy. I've never seen a number 1 overall pick, a star like this, not get calls. It's hilarious. I understand it's on market,
it's
but
blatant calls too. It's people are smacking him while he's shooting. He doesn't get and ones. He doesn't get no hand check calls, and people are always hand checking Cade.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
And
I don't know why.
I really thought we were gonna have a podcast where we were talking about Cade not getting 3 throws. And we proceeded to get 3 throws and then get something else to talk about on the podcast with that.
Right.
I was feeling happy. First half, having him 5 3 throws. He had 5 3 throws at the half. We were chilling.
Yeah.
And he also started off amazing. 20 points, 6 of 6 from the field. It was amazing.
Yeah, he started off really hot.
But
hitting threes, crossing back on Brunson a couple times for some threes.
Yeah, that was nasty.
It was pretty nasty from Cade.
And it's very frustrating. This year has been frustrating overall.
I can't even imagine what, especially the possible Paolo travel, and that one was a little closer than what this game was.
Yeah.
This was really bad.
Mm-hmm.
But if you kind of look at the Paolo play, he was kind of sliding when he took his little hop jump, whatever you call it. So, you can say what you want about that. But the morale of the team, you just keep getting, the least fair calls ever.
Mm-hmm.
And just no calls. And we have 8 wins.
Yeah.
We can't buy a single win from us getting checked. Other teams traveling.
Mm-hmm.
Us getting an and 1 foul with our arms straight up and we jump straight up.
Mm-hmm. And we're not.
What can we do? What else? What do you want us to do? Do you want us to step back and just let them shoot open shots? Okay, we're probably gonna get called on that still too.
Right.
Oh, you step back, but you touched him with your arm on your way back.
Yeah.
That'd be called. on us. That's what it's looked like all year. At the start of the year, when Ivy was playing, you'd watch Ivy go out there. You'd watch Ivy play defense like this on people driving on him, and he'd get called for it. And it's like, what is the call? I don't understand that call. But we went to the Magic game. We watched Cade get smacked in the back with his arm while shooting, and no call.
Yeah.
And they would be showing the replays, and that crowd, we were there. We were part of that crowd, and we were just like, dude, what is this?
Yeah.
What is that call?
And I will say that I mean, it was a Cade bobblehead night. That crowd there was good. That was
Yeah.
That shows the power of Detroit fans. 8 wins.
Yeah.
Literally
8 wins.
Disastrous season from what the expectations were. And now looking at what we have, crowd was, I mean, yes, there was empty seats.
There was a good chunk of empty seats there, but we were loud. It was loud in there, especially at the end of the game when it was a close game. And Paolo went to the line the one time, and we were so loud he missed both free throws.
Yeah.
And I was like, I said something like, "Oh, we don't have a full stadium, and you still missed the free throws." But I mean, that's just Detroit sports right now. I mean, it's happened with the Lions and with the Red Wings, and even with a bad, whatever you want to say. You want to say bad, if you want to say poorly coached, if you want to say in a rough spot for the Pistons, whatever you want to say. There's still fans that show up. There's still people that cheer for them. We want to win games. We want to see ourselves do good. We love close games, especially when we have a chance to get our 9th to 10th double-digit win on the season. If we end up not getting as many wins as the Lions did, that's going to be damn impressive.
That'd be impressive.
That's going to be really impressive.
And I think that Detroit's fans, not even just this year with the Pistons, all those years with the Lions, this fan base deserves winning and success. Wings finally getting that emergence of what the past success. We're starting to see this Iserman plan really show up. We're seeing Brad Holmes really bring the Lions into a thing that we've never seen before. The Tigers.
We're keeping people like our offensive coordinators who have kept our offense at a top 5 offense for the past 3 years now.
And looking at the Tigers, the young key pieces, the guys that possibly could make a run for the division. And the Pistons team isn't a bad team. The Cade is going to be a superstar. I'm booking it. Ivy, all-star, I think that can definitely happen. I think he can grow into that player for sure. He's so explosive. He's one of the best isolation players in the game right now. And then you have Asar, who defensively is a monster.
He is a monster defensively. And we've seen him hit some mids. We've seen him hit some mids.
His scoring's coming.
Yes. He's very good inside when he can get to some good spots. And if he has a little bit of a mid-range game, it's going to be good sailing for Asar Thompson.
And then Duran, and I liked how Grimes played. First half, he did have a little slow start, but he really picked it up in second half. His defensive intensity, his shooting really started showing. Against Orlando, he had a rough day. That was his first game back from being off on injury for a little bit. Give him some time. Let's not write him off. Tech 19 has looked better and better as he's really just came here. I really hope we keep him.
Filling his role, spacing, everything, scoring by himself, whether it's pick and roll with him. He's a great player.
This really fan base deserves to have a winning. And luckily, 2 are winning right now. And now hopefully we can pick up on the other ones. Tigers have some optimism, and hopefully this Pistons team can really have a big free agency, have a big offseason, and show some improvement. Fight for the play-in. We'll talk about that more as we get closer to the offseason. The season's still going on. We're still going to be covering game-to-game, week-to-week basis of what's going on. But we'll see what happens this offseason. We'll see what big changes happen. Hopefully it's a big development.
Yep, hopefully it is.
But talking about a little bit more that Magic game, it was pretty cool. I don't know if you maybe didn't see, maybe you did, but me and actually not Wesley, he wasn't sitting next to me. We went with us and 2 of our other friends to that Magic game, and me and Cal were getting pretty hyped. And I guess we made it on the Jumbotron, I knew, and I didn't think I was gonna make it with having the shirt on, but then I guess it got on TV because I looked at Twitter on the ride home, and I guess me and Cal were on there. It was pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
Yep.
And a lot of people like the shirt. Might be lots if they could buy the shirt. I don't know. Well, if I actually got some serious interest, maybe we do something like that. That'd be fun. Comment down below if you'd be interested. I guess that would be something that would be fun. But also, I'm not trying to make money off just being on showing the cool t-shirt. The t-shirt was a fun idea.
Yeah.
And like
super fun idea.
I wanted to do it where like cross the line of like criticizing Monty, but they're not gonna be mad that I wore this shirt. There's nothing bad on the shirt. There's no profanity, nothing like that. But I guess moving on, because I don't know what really to say anymore about just this. Hopefully the rest of the season picks up, because
I just want to get double-digit wins.
And
I want to get close to double-digit wins.
It really felt like
these past 2 games
they were like
close.
right there. They're right there, dude. And I don't know what.
I mean, yes, the Knicks had 3 of their starters out, but we're competing with like these playoff teams and playing teams. So.
And injuries happen, so I don't want to. Like, I don't really want to hear that too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, not that it's the same trade-off, but Sasser wasn't there.
Yeah.
Like, there's Stu is out on suspension.
Yeah.
Stu maybe takes in for Wiseman, and it's just like, I don't know. Really, like, yeah, you can play the injury game, but at the same time,
yeah,
unless it was in a playoff series, does it really matter? It's regular season. Injuries happen during the regular season. And Embiid is out for a couple more weeks because that stuff. Every Sixer game, are you gonna say, well, Embiid wasn't out? That's why
right. They just gotta play a game.
Yeah, next man steps up, and hopefully, I do want to say, Monty's press conference did give me some hope, but. Man, I don't know. This all bench lineup thing is still it's less. I think he's starting to do it less, but it's still happening.
It's still happening, and it's happening like at the end of quarters, like, and then we go into the next quarter probably down because we just put in that lineup.
Or they keep those guys in, like the end of the first, all bench went to the second quarter, and they didn't really add a starter until like 8 minutes left in the second quarter.
Yeah, they did not.
And Monty, I really want to get behind you because one. The way your pay grade is, I don't think you're gonna get fired anytime soon. Even though, by performance, you probably should be. With that being said, your leadership and the things you say in the media are great. I want you to implement them when you're doing this. Yeah. He says a lot of things. He doesn't want to do the all bench lineup in the media, but then he's doing it in the game, and it's just. I don't want you to do that anymore, because if you stop doing that, we can get closer to a time where I'm like, yeah, Monty Williams can be the guy. He can be our head coach, and then
he's got fired.
Yeah,
he advocates for bad calls for our team. No calls.
That Cade thing though, that clip during the game. I mean, the clip was going around too, but Cade getting teed up, him coming to Monty Williams, furious, just so mad, and tell him like, I don't even know what I did. All these defensive stuff is going on that I'm not getting this call, but Brunson's basically getting the call. All the other what is going on? He's like, and he teased me. Monty's just kind of sitting there with his clipboard, and that was like, come on, man, we need more fire. I know getting a T there isn't preferred, but go say something.
Player, you gotta talk to your best player, when he's frustrated, just leaving him there hanging.
Yeah,
come on,
it's not cool. I didn't like that. Hopefully, this is the thing that lights the fire up. We're going to see tonight against Chicago, 8 p.m. A fire is going to be lit under these guys. I'm hoping a big game. I'm hoping a big game from everyone.
Yeah.
And hoping that we just make a message saying, basically,
so.
F that last game. We're coming out. We're getting this win because we should have had that win last night. And we're not going to just keep getting bullied around.
Yeah.
If you're just going to keep throwing adversity at us, we're going to respond and we're going to go win. And... unfortunately, it felt like a lot of this year we just got adversity after adversity. Some self-inflicted, some not self-inflicted, and it's getting frustrating to watch. It's hard to watch. Leaving that Magic game, it was just after that Paolo shot. It was just a dagger, and I was like, it just hurt. Yeah. Luckily, this stuff went around. Actually, kind of cheered me up a little bit. I was pretty down bad. I was like. Going there, so excited. We didn't even get the Cade bobblehead.
No, we did not.
Didn't even get the Cade bobblehead.
No. Anyone wants to donate?
Anyone wants to donate? Send in fan mail. A
couple Cade bobbleheads.
Yeah, if you got an extra that you didn't want, you can send it our way.
Yeah.
But well, I guess this will be the first time we have talked about this on the podcast. We really haven't covered the Wings a whole lot.
Not a whole lot.
But they are red hot.
Yes,
red hot. Patrick Kane also doing the game-winning
OT goal.
Yeah, going on the break, goes out, makes a just great move, dags it in, and then against his former team.
Yep.
That was a magical moment. I think a lot of the Chicago fans were just like you see the videos, they're like, no, because they've seen this too many times.
Yeah.
Him on the break, he's gonna do it, and he does it, and it's the thing that they were cheering for.
I'm sure they have.
And it's probably a bittersweet thing. You lost the game, but your guy that won you Stanley. It's a guy that's been there for one of your best players of all time, and you watch him just hit that dagger on you. But
now we got him, and we got a lot of young players that play hard and play tough, and we're red hot, like you're saying.
Red hot.
Hope we can move into playoffs at a good spot and just continue it.
Exactly. And Kane says, I remember seeing that. I think it was, I don't know, it was after the Chicago game or the game before that. He said, this team feels like it's just built for a 7-game series. It's just that they can go win in the playoffs. That's what you want to hear from the veteran on your team.
The veteran who was
won.
Great. Yeah. A great veteran.
And that's definitely a good feeling.
Yeah, it is.
And also, that veteran that was brought in, and I didn't know a lot of people didn't know what to expect from Kane. Especially
because he had a rough season before that.
Coming off that hip injury, and he comes out and he's averaging a point a game. So at his age, 35, coming off the injuries, a poor season.
Whether it be setting people up, whether it be scoring himself, he puts all of his passes tape to tape.
Yeah,
he does, and it's cool to see with that veterancy out of Kane, because he just makes all the right plays. He tries to set up plays. He gets people in the right spots. His timing's great. He's cool. He's cool to watch out there with our team and the rest of the guys that we have.
Yeah,
because we have a great lineup too.
It's starting to feel like Hockey Town again. It's starting to. It's like,
that'll be our next thing. We've got to go to a Wings game this year.
Yeah,
we do.
And that was just like, I don't know. It's getting exciting. We did go to that one Wings game with Brett earlier.
That was another one.
Yeah, that was Kane's first goal as a
Red
Wing.
Oh yeah, yep.
That was really cool. And just seeing this team really come up together. They have young pieces. They have guys that it's just feeling great. DeBrincat, you got Sider, you got the goalies are
Lucas
playing
Raymond.
Well. Yeah,
Lyons playing great. Yep. Lyons playing great. You got. We're tied in the league with the most amount of players with 10 plus goals.
Yeah.
With 11 different players. That's insane.
Showing depth.
That's showing chemistry. That's showing depth. That's showing just team play and all the good stuff that you want to see out of a hockey team. Because the Canucks are the other team that we're tied with, and they're the number one team in the league right now. They're for record wise, they're just playing really well, and we're right there with them. We're with all these best statistics. We don't. Our shots, we don't take the most shots, but when we do shoot, we're very efficient. We score a lot on our shots. Other teams will have 10 plus shots more than us, but we will be leading them by 1 or 2 goals because our shots are going in.
Right.
We take those smart shots. We set up plays. We set up great plays. But you have Kane, like I said, you have Kane out there. If he's making all these tape-to-tape passes, you're going to get those nasty goals. You're going to get great goals, backside goals, from the slot, anywhere. It's great. It's good hockey.
And it's great to see. I'm really excited. Going to my first Wings game this year, you feel the energy. You feel the emergence. You know what I mean? LCA is a lot more packed for hockey games this year than basketball games. Getting to feel a little bit more of a full LCA was very cool to see.
Yep.
And it was great. I'm really excited to see the playoffs. You know what I mean? We had great success from Detroit with the Lions.
Yeah.
I'm hoping to see something out of the Wings, seeing a series. Let's see how far we can go. I don't know.
Why not?
And it's always like that thing of, why can't it be you? Why can't you go all the way? Why can't Lions almost did? We could see,
and we will.
Next year, I'm feeling very confident, and it's a lot of things that we have to talk about with that. That's gonna be so much fun to cover.
Yep, it is.
And it's gonna be more fun. We started this podcast a little late into the season, pretty late. So with that being said, getting next year to have a season where we're covering it when it's going on, game to game basis, every week is gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, we're always watching the game every week. I move my schedule around half the time if I have to for stuff like that. Luckily, I don't work on weekends during the season, so it's like that's always great. But with that being said, I think that we talked about a lot of stuff. I think we'll probably close this one up, a little shorter podcast today because we've got some stuff that's going on. Also, we really want to get this one out. We want to get this out, talking about this Knicks game and really just how venting a little bit of frustration, but also covering it a little bit. And
it's the dark place for the Pistons right now, but
hopefully we get pulled out.
There's always light on the other side.
Right.
So.
And we'll see. I'm really excited to watch this Bulls game.
We've seen him with the Lions. 0-16. Dan Campbell's part of that team. A few years later, start signing Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell gets his crew set, and here we go. We're off to the races. Mm-hmm. You just need that right guy in there. Yzerman for the Red Wings. A great hockey player. Right. Coming in, using his mind to set up a great team with great veterans and young guys, drafting great young guys like Sider, like Raymond. Mm-hmm. Like, it's just the setups. It's all part of that setup. And people, bringing in a group of people who have that right mindset of, we're just playing the sport. Right. No, we want to win this sport. That's what we're here to do. We want to win and get championships. That's what we want to do. That's what the Lions' goal is. That's what the Red Wings' goal is. That's what every team's goal should be. But you don't see that from every team. Right. You don't see moves from every team that always make sense for that capability of even making it to that point. Right. So it requires the right group of people coming together.
Does that mean we need to get a former Pistons player? Is that what you're saying? Former Lion, Dan Campbell, former wing, Yzerman?
We might need, Ben Wallace to coach or something. I don't know.
I mean, Chauncey's over in Portland, so we can't get that probably. But something, I don't know. We'll see what's going on. Like I said, I really hope Monty figures it out. This was fun, and I'm more just asking Monty to please stop doing the dumbest thing. But if he stops doing the dumbest thing, maybe we can get behind him. And Troy Weaver's moves aren't looking as bad this deadline. Grimes, see how we finish out the year.
Grimes is young, man. And if he's going to play like that, shoot.
Tech's doing well. We're getting pieces and adding.
The spacing is definitely a lot better than it was before.
They look like an NBA team compared to what they were before.
And who did we get rid of? We got rid of Bagley, and we got rid of Livers, who was in a slump. Mm-hmm. It's because Livers' thing is he was a shooter and he would grind out and he'd do all the little things, but he ended up being in a pretty bad shooting slump, 20% shooting slump.
Really bad.
Not good. So when you don't have a guy that can shoot at that shooting guard or small forward position, and a power forward that can't shoot, and your center can't shoot, there's no spacing, and all they do is sit in the paint and they don't let Cade drive. They don't let Ivy drive. They don't let these guys who need to make the plays in the paint make those plays because that's what they're watching. They're not going to watch Duren shoot a three off the perimeter. I'm sorry. No. They're not waiting and trying to stop Bagley shooting a three off the perimeter. That's not what they're doing. Right. So I do like getting the spacing and the guys that can shoot on the team.
And I think guys they're a little bit more diverse. Alec Burks and Bojan were very one-dimensional. It was a 3-point guy that were we saw against us. Bogey was staying at the 3-point line. He's a guy that really is an off-ball guy that we forced into an on-ball role. Yeah. And then Alec Burks the same way. Yeah. Those guys were not the guys that we need. The guys that are going to ISO and maybe get a screen and try to go get a bucket. We have a lot more ball movement. We have a lot more fluidity with this offense.
We do.
I'm excited to see the rest of the season. As much as it's been painful, it's been good basketball. They've been looking a lot better.
These games have been close. Mm-hmm. We've been close in games, playing good basketball at the end, not making a bunch of terrible plays. Because for a minute there, it was bad. Yeah, it was you watch every game looks the same. We're down by 20 and a half. We go on the rest of the game. We make a little run, and we just can't close anything out.
It was getting ugly.
Now, we're not ugly now, but we just still can't close it out. That's what we're looking for, is that closeout side of things with this team.
Well, and unfortunately, New York's wasn't really, and that one is just not really able to be closed out. Not really. I don't know if I can. I know Cade was slow, but Grimes was able to pick him up in the fourth quarter. But I don't know. That game, it feels like that one was the one that got away. That one's going to burn, especially with our record being as bad as it is. trying to just salvage any sort of like fire to go into next year and having all this happen. 2 tough losses, but 2 close games to build off of and try to just be like,
go get a win tonight.
Go get a win. The Bulls, a team that is banged up, a team that we're looking
that's
to.
Not been too amazing.
No. And a team that we should capitalize on. Use this fire. Monty, get the guys ready. Go win this basketball game. And I'm excited to see it, like I said. And
I mean, if we're really thinking about it, would you rather be the Pistons or the Bulls? Because the Bulls have Lonzo, very questionable. Zach LaVine out on a huge contract.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they're in a rough situation. And they're not, like, young.
And they have veterans.
Vucevic is old.
Yeah. You got, like...
These guys are all old.
You're stuck in...
And on huge contracts.
And really, that's where the Pistons were before this rebuild.
Right.
Kind of in no man's
we kept just getting, like, old guys and just... Mm-hmm. Yeah. And Blake Griffin, we, like, what? I think when we, like, drafted Cade, or, like, the year after we drafted Cade, we finally stopped paying Blake Griffin's contract. It's like, holy crap.
Yeah.
That's just a situation that you're in. And it could happen with Zach LaVine with that Bulls team.
Mm-hmm.
Where, he gets another one after this injury, after he just was injured and injured again.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just can't even play anymore.
Yeah.
Because his game is gone.
Mm-hmm.
But I would rather have these young pieces in a tough situation, but looking better and better with each game that comes. Monty put the right players out there. We finally said, oh, wait, Killian Hayes is not even an NBA player, and Ivy is going to start. And look what happened. He started going off, and he's getting into his groove. That's just the stuff that needs to continue. So,
mm-hmm. Right. We're excited, hoping that things can look a little more up for the Pistons. Excited to see what the Wings got. And we're going to eventually maybe cover spring training going on with the Tigers. I'm not really... It's tough to even have an idea of what's going on. You know what I mean? Because there's spring training so sporadic. One game, you get completely blown out. Other game, you blow out that team. It's spring training is so hard to even kind of like think of anything because there's so many people that aren't going to be playing that are playing in spring training. So with that being said, we'll cover them eventually. I think that we're going to wait till a little bit more into the summer to really cover the Tigers. And we have a lot we want to talk about, so many things to talk about, because luckily we're in a state with so many sports, so many things to look forward to.
Yeah, we have 4 different teams.
Colleges at like Michigan and everything.
Yeah, big colleges. Yep.
So it's going to be a great off season for those things, and we still have great seasons going on right now. So with that being said, I think we're going to wrap this one up. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a quick one, kind of get this stuff out, letting you guys know what is going on, what our opinions are on it, kind of just cover the situation.
Yep.
And with that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed it, like I said. And comment down below, 1, would you buy this shirt? No, but and comment down below what you think, and also your opinion on that Asar missed call. With that being said, thank you again for watching this video. Stay safe, and peace.
We'll see you.